We can now call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
My fellow Americans.
The Republican Party have released a wild AI-generated political ad in response to Joe Biden announcing his run for re-election. So I'm going to show you this ad. It is just, honestly, when I first watched it, I laughed out loud at how ridiculous the entire thing is, but it's right in line with what these people do. First, let me show you quickly here Biden's announcement on Twitter. I'm not going to play the video. It's 3 minutes long, but it's a video. I'll link to it below if you care to watch it. Joe Biden writing here, or at least his campaign team writing here. Every generation has a moment where they have had to stand up for democracy, to stand up for their fundamental freedoms. I believe this is ours. That's why I'm running for re-election as president of the United States. Join us. Let's finish the job. Now, Axios broke the story about the first look at the AI-generated ad, writing that the RNC has produced this video that is 100% AI, according to a spokesperson. Let's check it out.
This just in, we can now call the 2024 presidential race for Joe Biden.
My fellow Americans.
This morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan.
Financial markets are in free fall as 500 regional banks have shuttered their doors.
Border agents were overrun by a surge of 80,000 illegals yesterday evening.
Officials closed the city of San Francisco this morning, citing the escalating crime and fentanyl crisis.
Who's in charge here?
It feels like the train is coming off the tracks.
Okay, I laughed again. That was wonderful. So absolutely ridiculous. Let me go over what they focus on here in this fake future, AI-generated future of China invading Taiwan. This is, by the way, just the whole premise is kind of hilarious because they're imagining Biden winning a second term. So I guess that means they failed. But essentially here, putting it on the voters, scaring the voters. Oh, you have to vote because if Biden wins again, well, what if China invades Taiwan? Do you want Trump in control of that? Is that going to improve the situation? Or financial markets will be in free fall, like the pandemic under Donald Trump or the financial collapse under Republicans in 2008? Madness at the border. They had to throw some xenophobia in there, for good measure. This is just so ridiculous. And really, they don't need AI to put their message forward here. This is stuff that, their base would already believe, regardless, because they believe anything they're told. It's all about scaring people. Notice how there is nothing here about what the Republican Party is offering. No policies, not even any hope here. Like it's at least throw, I don't know, some rhetorical hope out there, but it's just pure fear. Because they understand how their voting base operates. They think so poorly of them that they know they can scare them into voting. So, as Vice writes here, the GOP AI ad might be imagining a future dystopia, but it's one that's intended audience already believes, as I said, we live in today. Americans don't need AI-generated images to imagine they're being overrun by immigrants and that their cities have devolved into anarchy, just like they don't need deepfakes to believe lies about Nancy Pelosi. And that last point is about, back in 2019, Trump tweeted a video of Nancy Pelosi that was altered to make her look and sound drunk by slowing down the speed of the video to 75%. So they've already been manipulating video to try and put a message out there, but I guess AI gives them potentially a larger ability to do that. Last point here from Vice: like many political ads, it's not about policy or material changes to people's lives. It's about a vision for America, one where you should fear your neighbor and the end times are nigh. And it's just the oldest trick in the book with a fresh coat of paint. It really is. Part of the reason why I think my reaction here is also laughter is because this is all they've been running on for years. And it didn't work last time. Not saying it can't work again, but considering Trump right now is still the front runner, the more we see of Ron DeSantis, the less people seem to like him. So we're talking a potential, the exact same matchup as 2020. Has Trump gained support? since 2020? Because I don't think he has. It's just the same base of voters. So ultimately, it is on turnout, and that a lot of that falls onto Biden here, who hasn't done the greatest job. Has had its moments in terms of speaking to some of the right issues, but in terms of actually delivering, you could argue, yes, he doesn't have much of a chance right now with a divided Congress, but he did before. The first 4 years, they didn't accomplish a whole lot. But again, you could say, well, Manchin, cinema, okay. There are 1,000 excuses. All that aside, if it's down to Trump and Biden again, come on. I think it's pretty clear. You do you really want to go back to Donald Trump? So, but again, it's about turnout. So is Biden going to be able to get enough people out in the right states to vote? So yes, he won by 7 million votes, but a lot of those votes, New York, California, states are going to win anyways. When it comes to the Electoral College, what actually decides the election, he needs to get people out in the right states. And that goes to speaking to some of these more, working class issues, speaking to wages, speaking to unions. That's what's going to help push him over the line again, if he is going to do it. But that's, years away, or not years away, but a year and a half away. I guess this is going to be what the Republicans are going to do. Go back to the fear mongering and see if it works.